What's up, YouTube? This is JP Panther back with a video. In today's video is actually my God of High School episode 1 review. I'm gonna give you my thoughts and a quick review. It's not really a lot of dialogue. It was more action, more pack, whatever. I'm gonna kind of just give you my thoughts about it, what I really think about this first episode as a first impression. Honestly, as a first episode, I'm just saying like if you, this is just because again I read some of the webtoons. I didn't read every single bit, but I read a good amount of it. If you This is what I'm trying to say, right? If you guys are fans of Dragon Ball Z, you're gonna like God of High School. That's what I'm gonna say. Cause the first episode really feels like DBZ, kind of feels like the Tournament Power. Like they have this whole entire thing of the God of High School, where they're competing in order to, to fight other humans and stuff like that. Then you fight demons and gods, and then once you defeat them, you also win the tournament. It's called the God of High School, and the whole entire tournament is to gain the wish that you want. So pretty much you can wish for anything. If you want overwhelming power, you can wish for it with no restrictions. But it's only if you win the tournament, you feel me? And you have to fight other gods and demons and stuff like that. And, it's a whole fighting brawl type of match, right? And in my personal opinion, I like it, man. I'm gonna be my honest opinion. I really like this first episode. Because the first episode didn't feel like a Gintama or a Hitman Reborn. This kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z. Actually, a little bit better than Dragon Ball Z. Just talking about as a first impressions, trying to get you hooked on the first episode. I thought it did a really good job on the first impressions point of view. I did see a trend on Twitter. I was at work partly. I did see a trend on Twitter, but then it kind of like trended for like a couple hours and then it got overshadowed. In the anime world, I'm surprised. I think part of it is it just came out and it's such a brand new series. Like it's literally brand new series. So I think you got to give a couple more episodes for people to really dip their toes into it. But I do think it was really good from a first person point of view. I like it feels like Bleach, Naruto, like Dragon Ball Z, like just talking about like the first impressions point of view. And God of High School has a lot of Dragon Ball Z. Like to me, this feels like Generations Z's Dragon Ball Z. That's just my personal opinion. So we're about to get to the episode right now. So the beginning of the episode right now, it's how it starts off is kind of weird. How you have these guys in the island with a bunch of chicks and getting massages and stuff like that. It looks like they're just chilling, acting like nothing on an island, nothing's happening. Then it seems like one of the people are like the top executives of the God of High School, whatever. He does some attack where he completely destroys the island with those guys and women on it, and to make a almost like a cross. And then we see what happens. I guess the military troops, whatever, the helicopter's like, oh my god, that is completely gone. And then you have like the executive being like, oh, look at the God of High School where they're fighting all these different monsters and paintings and ancient like Greek texts and stuff like that. You feel me? Like myth and stuff like that. So that's part of the first episode. Well, part of it. Then we get to the main episode. We have our main character, Memorial Jin. And I'm surprised, like, I read a little bit of Webtoons. Webtoons does a better job of explaining him better. Because right now, like, to me, this is just what it feels like, right? A lot of the characters, like Mira and Han, like, in the Webtoons, they dive way more deep into their backstories and stuff like that. They kind of just, the anime, to me, they skipped a lot of stuff, whatever. Because I remember when I read it, they don't get to like the tournament all that to like chapter like 8 or 9. I think in my personal opinion, I think they did it because they're like, alright, it's too much dialogue, we need to get straight to the action, and Crunchyroll's behind all this, right? We need to make sure that people get into it by the first episode, because I feel like the problem is with a lot of animes, they do a lot of dialogue, and even though, we want to know the backstories of these characters and stuff like that, but I feel like if you're trying to hook people, you only have one chance to make a first impression. And I feel like, in my personal opinion, I think the anime did a better job than the webtoons, in my personal opinion. I know they cut a lot of stuff out, because there's more dialogue when it comes to Han, Mira, and Memorial Jin. It's just kind of like when in the way it's set up, it's kind of like they're all together. It seems like they just rushed and cut through a lot of stuff out. So we have Memorial Jin, then we have Mira, then we have Han. Memorial Jin's trying to rush to the God of High School tournament, it looks like, and he's going on the bike, on the bike, on the bike. He reminds me of Goku a lot. Like, that's just like the feel I get from Memorial Jin feels a lot like Goku. And then he's trying to ride his bike, he's going to be late, He feels like a high school Goku. And then I guess he saw that, the motorcycle dude took the old lady's purse, and I guess it was like, I guess he has some type of powers or something like that, where he got to see like her inner thoughts or whatever it is, her situation, and he just rush, and he's on the guy's on the motorcycle, boom, 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 and then he just keeps on running. No, you're not running, but riding, also like Need for Speed, Fast and Furious type of thing, and then Memorial Jin hits Mira, because Mira's like, oh, look at those muscles and stuff like that, and he hits her with his bike by accident, and she kind of whoops his ass, and then Memorial Jin, I guess, shows her what's happening. He's like, oh, that poor lady, whatever, and then she jumps on the bike with him, tries to go after the motorcycle guy, whatever, and they try, it doesn't work, and then you have Han in the beginning. Before all that, I guess he's just, he's doing it to, I guess, take extra shifts and stuff like that. But the problem is that if you read the webtoons, I don't know if they're going to dive into the anime, there's a reason why he wants a lot of money and win. Like, they don't dive deep into why those three want to enter the God of High School. They're just like, we're entering the God of High School, we're going to cut a lot of stuff out. I know it's an adaptation, and I understand why they're doing it, because they need to get straight to the action, and they got to make sure that people get hooked into this anime, because if you have a lot of dialogue, a lot of backstory, people will be turned off and be like, I don't care, I'm done, you feel me? And they know they only have one shot and one first impression, and it's not, it's not like a Shonen Jump, Shueisha, or a Kodansha type of thing, so they got one chance to make a first impression, and you understand why they do it, but they cut a lot of this stuff out. Hopefully they explain it later on in episodes, but I feel like they're not going to explain it with this series. I just feel like if you're into Dragon Ball Z, you want to see these mofos beat the crap out of each other, boom, 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 boom. That's pretty much, God High School is literally South Korea's version of Dragon Ball Z. That's just the best way I can describe it to you guys. It's not like the other ones already dive deep into their backstories. That's what it seems like in the anime. And at the end, Han punches the bike rider who stole the lady's purse, and then you had Han, Mira, and Memorial Jin together. Then it fast forwards completely, and it's like, oh, we introduce each other, blah blah blah, and then they get into the tournament. And they talk about, it's pretty much a premiere, a battle royale in the first part of the the God of High School, where everybody's just in there, just like, in order for you guys to get to compete in the tournament, you guys have a bunch of people, and they have to beat the crap out of each other, and whoever survives and gets to make it on to in position to move on to and compete in the God of High School and stuff like that. And it's just them beating the crap out of each other. You have Mira beat the crap out of a bunch of guys. You have some other chick who beat the crap out of some other guys. Then you just have the boxing guy beat the crap out of some guy. They have Han. He looks like he's doing some, I guess he's their version of Vegeta or whatever. And just boom, like an air punch. And Memorial Jin is going in there whooping everyone's ass. Boom, boom, boom. And then again they fight some guy who's like a level 14 fighter, and he fights Mira, and Mira tries to kick him and grab the sword and try to knock him out, and he's like, you ain't doing shit. Boom, gets knocked out. And then Memorial Jin pulls down his pants and says, oh, look at those underwear colors you have. And Memorial Jin just keeps fighting, boom, 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 boom. And the dude who kicks him, and he uses his elbow to block the attack to reduce the damage, and pretty much goes on fighting, kicking. And then they about to just brawl out, and they're pretty much attacking and brawl each other out, and that's pretty much the end of the episode. And then you get into the ending song, which is called Win, and it sounds pretty catchy. I'm gonna lie, the songs they did were pretty good, and even the opening was pretty good. I'm trying to remember the opening. My song, Contradiction, I thought that was pretty good. It felt like a pop, techie type song. I thought it was pretty good. I thought pretty interesting. overall, just to sum up the whole entire thing, is like, JP, what do you give it as an overall review? I personally give it an 8 out of 10 because I'm not going to say it's a 10 out of 10 because that's way too far, whatever. I do think it is an 8 out of 10 because I liked how it got straight to the point. And a lot of the people who are fans of God of High School, I know some people were kind of nitpicky about it, but most people seems like they like it. Even the people who read the webtoons, they're like, bro, I like how they kind of got straight to the point and just beat the shit out of each other. That's just what I want from an anime. I don't want all this long, drawn-out backstory. And the problem is, they don't have a lot of episodes to do that with. They're only doing like, I think they're doing like 13 episodes. I think they're doing like 13 episodes or 12 episodes, kind of like how God of High School, no, Tower of God did, where it's like 12 or, I think, yeah, Tower of God was like 12 or 13 episodes. So they're going to have a short amount of time to get straight to the point. I feel like they're going to go off the wall, balls deep with this tournament and just beat the crap out of each other. And I feel like they're doing it, and this is the perfect time for us to drop this anime because right now there's not a lot of stuff that's coming out. Anime, entertainment wise, the movie theaters, American entertainment is pretty much shut down. So God of High School has the time and the advantage of taking advantage of something that's happening with the pandemic, people locked down, and some people are out doing dumb shit. But overall, there's really nothing new to do, and I feel like God of High School has the opportunity to take advantage of what's happening right now and be a lot more successful than if it didn't have everything that's happening bad around the world. But honestly, I think God of High School, where I'm looking at it, I thought it was really good. I can't complain about it. I know that a lot of people compare Memorial Jin to Goku. He has a lot of Goku feels. Like he does. He feels exactly like Goku. But the problem is they even his grandpa, how Goku, if you watch Dragon Ball, his grandpa, like you could tell this was like South Korea's version of Dragon Ball Z. And Memorial Jin is literally a high school version of Goku. That's just what I'm looking at it from an outsider anime point of view. Again, it's gonna get dope. It's gonna get crazy. I feel like this is gonna be anime of the year. I thought Tower of God was enjoyable, but I feel like God of High School is going to be really, really good. Like, God of High School I'm into right now more than Tower of God. Because Tower of God I thought was okay at best. I told you guys I gave Tower of God a 7. But I feel like God of High School, I might give it a 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10 at the end of the overall series review. You feel me? So again, that's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you guys think about this first episode of God High School. Did you guys like it? Did you guys not like it? Are you guys going to watch it? Are you guys not going to watch it? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.